Tony, how does it feel? You're now the trainer of a world champion, Lee Selby. Half hour ago, Lee has become world champion. Wales' 12th world champion, and you're the proud trainer of Lee Selby.
Lifetime's ambitions fulfilled. Had medalists at all levels in the amateurs. Won titles in the pros for Welsh, Celtic, British, Commonwealth, European, and I was in the world. That's the ultimate. I'm over the moon. Cloud 9.
Can you
want to defend it as well? Believe me.
For people who perhaps haven't watched the fight yet, can you just sort of talk us through it from your point of view?
I think Lee bossed the fight from round 1 onwards. He was still in second gear, really, enjoying the boxing well, keeping his range, catching him with clean shots when he wanted to, and he just ultimately was just too much for him. 8th round, the fight was stopped. He was covered in cuts, 2 bad cuts. Scorecards were needed, you know. Well impressed. So Welsh was it.
I know it's perhaps been a little bit harsh. Would there be anything you would like Lee to have improved on tonight?
The Lee could have improved of? No, really. I think I might have engaged a little bit too quick. We just said the plan was to go out there and just box for 4 rounds, keep it long. He engaged a little bit in the 3rd and 4th. A little bit too early, I thought. But apart from that, you know, he's a fighter. He likes to fight. But he can box so well, he doesn't need to fight. Well, you know, it's a hard game.
And if the fight had gone on, if the cuts hadn't stopped the fight, how do you think the conclusion of the fight would have been?
I think the referee would have to stop it. Maybe the next 1 or 2 rounds. You know, Lee really hadn't stepped on it, and as soon as he just stepped up on it and went for it, he would have been out of there. He couldn't have took punishment like that. Lee would have knocked him out. I'm positive.
And can you just describe to me, Tony, the emotion that went through you when they said, "And the new IBF featherweight champion of the world, Lee Selby"?
Hairs on the back of my neck. I had none on my head, on the back of my neck. Absolutely, you know, elated. You know, as I said, I've won medals at all stages in the amateurs. I've had won Welsh titles, British, Commonwealth, European. The world title was outstanding, and he's done it tonight. Brought us home to Wales, put Wales on the map again, and St Joseph's Boxing Club in Newport.
And when you first become a boxing trainer after retiring as a pro, did you ever dream that you would go this far as a trainer?
I probably did dream at some time, but my main goal really was always British title, a European shot, maybe European level. Like, you know, world level. I always thought it just a little beyond this. Like, but that kid's talented. He's talented.
And I was sitting in the press section. I could do different people, perhaps haven't watched much of Lee, just been amazed at his skills he was displaying tonight and the way he was picking his punches.
Yeah, he's very, very skillful, and I still, to be honest, it was a great performance. He just won a world title. I don't want to detract from it, but that's not the best of Lee Selby. The harder you push him, the harder you'll see him perform.
I know it's perhaps a little bit premature to ask this, but what's next for Lee? Where's the next step?
A couple of good weeks off with his missus and his baby daughter. Spend some time with his family. Soak it up in Wales. He probably have a big homecoming in Barry. Probably have one in Newport as well, in Cardiff, and just enjoy himself for a couple of weeks. He works hard all the time. He's always in the gym, always training, always keeps in shape. He needs a bit of time.
And what do you think this win means to Welsh boxing and also St Joseph's Boxing Club, Newport?
Well, it just shows the whole world that we can compete at any stage. You know, we've got a little gym at the top road of Pill in Newport, a little gym. We've produced Welsh, Celtic, British, Commonwealth, European, and now world champion. We've produced at amateur level. We had Olympic silver, Commonwealth gold, European golds. You know, it's from a little gym in Wales. We can do it. We can compete with anybody.
And how inspiring will it be for some of the younger boxers in your gym when you go there on Monday, knowing that Lee Selby, a world champion that your gym has produced? How inspiring a figure will he be to those young boxers?
Well, he's just a good ambassador for the sport, isn't he? They're all going to be looking up to him. They do already, but to see him up there now, top of the world, and not just for kids who are in the gym. Hopefully the kids who are in school are not going to gyms, maybe get off their backsides now, put their computers down and get in the gyms and have a go themselves, like it was back 20, 30 years ago. The kids are not going to the gyms now. Hopefully this will shake a few up. Small percentage, get them back in the gyms, get Welsh boxing back on its feet.
Lovely. Cheers, Tony. Brilliant. Awesome. Awesome, you deserve it. You deserve it.
Fantastic.